Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So today I'm bringing you this short video to introduce one of the tools from the range, the 12-volt Bosch Pro brand, the GKF 12V-8 router. So it's a machine. You'll see it's very compact, but I won't say more. I'll let you discover it in the next segment. See you in a bit. So here's the router in question, the Bosch Professional GKF 12V-8. As you can see, it's a very compact machine, powered by 12-volt batteries, so of course it's compatible with all of the brand's 12-volt batteries. So if you already own 12-volt tools from the same range, you can easily reuse this machine, including, by the way, the 10.8-volt batteries, since this machine is also compatible with that type of battery. As for the motor, it's a brushless motor, which means you get better battery life management and also a longer lifespan for the motor. As you can see, we're dealing with a very compact and also quite lightweight machine since it weighs 1.02 kilograms. So that's of course the weight of the machine without the battery. So it's light enough to easily carry with one hand without getting too tired. And as for the grip, as you can see, there's a grip right here. So you grab the machine like this and control it depending on the routing. So that's not a problem, and you have good control over the machine. We'll see all of this in the demonstration later, and the start button, it's simply located right by your thumb. So like this, you can easily start the machine and stop it as needed during use. Plus, as you may have noticed, it's relatively quiet. Of course, that's when it's running empty. We'll also see later how it performs when routing a piece of wood. As for adjustments, there are two height adjustment levels. Here we have an adjustment that's not very precise, but it's very quick. You can switch from one mode to another. And then for fine adjustments, you just need to turn the dial like this. This allows you to set the milling depth very precisely. Once you've chosen the right milling depth, you can lock it in place simply by tightening this small knob on the side. And as for changing the bit, you'll see how it works on this machine. It's very simple because there's a very effective spindle lock system. So here, you start by pulling the ring, then you slightly turn the locking ring here, and now it's locked in position. Then you just insert your bit. There you go. And then you can tighten it easily, since with the spindle locked, it goes very smoothly and quickly, without any trouble. And while we're talking about bits, you should know that this machine can handle both 6mm and 8mm bits, depending on which collet is installed. And finally, to wrap up this presentation, let's talk a bit about its technical specifications. Notably, the bit's rotation speed, which can reach up to 13,000 revolutions per minute. That's pretty impressive for such a compact machine. And if we compare it to more powerful machines, especially those powered by 18-volt batteries, it's a whole different story. On this machine, we're at 13,000 revolutions per minute, whereas with an 18-volt machine, you can get performance ranging from 25,000 up to even 30,000 revolutions per minute, depending on the model. Now, let's see this machine in action. Of course, I've already set the depth in advance. I've also installed a bit to create the desired shape. And let's see how this machine performs. Just as a reminder, this is how you hold it. You have good control over the machine. Here's a milling operation without any difficulty. As you can see, as you also saw, the motor stops pretty quickly after you turn off the switch. That's really not bad at all. So now all I have left is a little sanding to really finish the desired shape without any trouble. Now let's look at grooving. Of course, I've changed the bit to match the desired shape, and I've also adjusted the depth. There you go, without too much difficulty. As you saw, we're still dealing with an efficient machine, even though the rotation speed is more limited than on an 18-volt machine, 18 volts. So just as a reminder, we're working with a rotation speed of 13,000 revolutions per minute, which is more than enough for trimming work. Now, when it comes to grooving, that will also depend on the size of your bits, because obviously this machine will be a bit more limited. But in terms of compactness, as you saw, there's really no comparison. It's night and day. We're still talking about a very compact, very lightweight machine that's really easy to handle. And as for the motor, we're also looking at a brushless motor, which means better battery life management and a longer lifespan for the motor. What I also like about this machine is, of course, how easy it is to change accessories. As you saw, you can lock the spindle, which lets you change bits very quickly. That way you can adapt it to your needs. And what's also really nice is how easy and quick it is to adjust the depth. There are two levels of adjustment, a coarse setting and a fine micrometric setting. As for the price, you should know that this machine sells for around 179 euros. That's the price for the bare tool, meaning it comes without a battery or charger. It's true that it might seem a bit expensive, but just as a reminder, we're talking about a very high-quality machine here, since it's from the Bosch Pro range, and on top of that, it's a trimmer equipped with a brushless motor. That's really not bad, because it gives you better battery life management and also a longer motor lifespan. So as usual, if you're interested in this machine, I'll put the references for the best sellers in the description, at least those offering the best prices for this machine. Alright, this video is now coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And in any case, I'll see you very soon for a new video. Bye.